Have you ever felt it? That strange, quiet feeling of being stuck. It's not a loud crisis, it's subtle. It's the feeling you get on a Tuesday afternoon when you're sitting at your desk or in your car or staring into the refrigerator and a wave of nothing washes over you. You have freedom. You can choose what to eat, what to watch, where to go this weekend. You are, by all accounts, a free person, living in a free world. And yet, when you try to take a step in a new direction, a direction your heart is quietly whispering about, you hit a wall. An invisible wall. There's no sound when you hit it, no bruise. But you feel the impact in your soul. You feel the dull thud of a possibility that just died. You feel the familiar, heavy blanket of resignation settle back over you. And you don't understand it, because there is nothing, absolutely nothing, physically stopping you. That is the most maddening part. The obstacle isn't outside of you. We spend so much of our lives looking for the enemy. We look for the person, the job, the circumstance, the government, the economy, the thing that is holding us back. We craft compelling stories about how, if only that thing were different, we would finally be able to live. We would finally be happy. We become experts at explaining our own paralysis. We get sympathy for it. Our friends nod and agree. Yes, they say, it's so unfair. You've had it so tough. And it feels good for a moment to be validated in our powerlessness. But the feeling passes, and you're still there, stuck, hitting the same invisible wall over and over again. And here is the most difficult, terrifying, and ultimately liberating truth you will ever encounter. The wall is real. The cage is real. But there is no one else in the room. You are the only one there. You are the prisoner, yes. But you are also the architect. You drew the blueprint. You forged the bars. You locked the door. And you are the one holding the key. This realization doesn't feel good at first. In fact, it's devastating. It's the moment the floor gives way. And you realize that all the energy you spent blaming the world was a distraction. The bars of your cage aren't made of steel. They're made of far more durable material. They are made of your most familiar thoughts. I'm not the kind of person who can do that. That's a bar. It's too late for me to start now. That's another bar. What will my family think? That's a thick one, reinforced over years. They're made of your habits, the way you automatically reach for your phone, the second you feel bored or anxious, the route you take to work every single day, without ever wondering if there's a more scenic path, the way you say yes to things you don't want to do, because the momentary discomfort of saying no feels unbearable. Each habit is a bar, polished smooth with repetition, and they are made of your avoided choices. That difficult conversation you've been putting off for months, that application you never submitted, that apology you never gave. Each avoided choice becomes a brick in the wall, solidifying the structure of your confinement. But here is the most important part to understand. This cage was never a punishment. It was a shelter. You built it for a very good reason. You built it to protect yourself. A long time ago you encountered a storm. Maybe it was in your childhood. A moment of profound shame or fear. Maybe it was a painful failure, a heartbreak that levelled you. In that moment, vulnerability felt like a death sentence. So you did something intelligent. You built a small, sturdy structure to keep the wind and the rain out. You created rules for yourself to guarantee your survival. Don't stand out too much. Don't trust too easily. Don't hope for too much. And you won't be disappointed. These rules worked. They kept you safe. They got you through the storm. You should thank the part of you that had the wisdom to build such a clever fortress. But the storm passed a long time ago. The sun is out. The world has changed. And more importantly, you have changed. You're no longer that small, terrified person hiding from the rain. You've grown. And the shelter that once felt like a life-saving refuge now feels like a prison. Its comfort has become your confinement. The rules you created for a game of survival are now preventing you from playing the game of life. The unsettling feeling, that quiet frustration, that sense of hitting an invisible wall, it is not a sign that you are broken. It is a sign that you have outgrown your own creation. It is the part of you that knows it is ready for the open sky, rattling the bars of the cage you yourself built. It's the ache of a seed that is finally ready to break through the soil. The pressure you feel is not the world pushing down on you. It is your own life force pushing up from within. By the way, our shared space of light and awareness is on its way to 100,000 people. Thank you to everyone who subscribes and brings this moment closer. So you see it now. You see the faint outline of the walls and the texture of the bars you've been gripping. The initial shock gives way to a quiet, profound question. What now? If you built this, can you unbuild it? The answer is yes. And the tools you need are the very same ones you used to build the cage in the first place. Your choices. But you will use them differently. You won't use them like a sledgehammer, trying to smash your way out with one grand, heroic gesture, quitting the job, moving across the country, ending the relationship overnight. Usually fails. It fails because you're still the same architect and you will unconsciously rebuild the same cage in a new location. The pattern is not in the circumstances, it's in you. The real work is quieter. It's more subtle. It is the patient, deliberate process of unchoosing. It's like finding every single bolt that holds the bars in place and one by one, gently turning them, loosening the structure from the inside out. What does this look like in a real day? It looks like choosing to not pick up your phone for the first 5 minutes after you wake up. That's unscrewing one bolt. It looks like driving a different way to work, just to see what you might see. Another bolt loosened. It looks like when a friend asks, "How are you?" you pause for a second instead of automatically saying fine, and you choose to say, "You know, I'm actually having a tough day." That's a big one. You feel the whole structure shudder a little. Each tiny, conscious deviation from your own programming is an act of liberation. It's not dramatic. No one else might even notice. But you feel it. You're taking back the energy that has been holding an old shape in place. And here's the secret to how reality works. The universe isn't holding you captive. It's simply holding the shape you've consistently given it. Think of reality as a perfect mirror or a pool of still water. It doesn't judge. It only reflects your persistent thoughts, your repeated habits, your predictable reactions. These are the instructions you feed it every single day. You are handing reality the same blueprint over and over again and wondering why it keeps building you the same house. The moment you start making different choices, you are giving reality a new blueprint. It has no choice but to start building something new for you. Let's say you've been avoiding a necessary conversation with someone you love. The blueprint you've given reality is one of distance, silence, and unresolved tension. Reality has faithfully built that for you. The relationship feels stuck, stagnant. The day you decide to have that conversation, not with anger or blame, but with a simple, honest desire to connect, in that moment, you rip up the old blueprint and hand over a new one. The new one might be titled Possibility of Understanding or Willingness to Heal. Reality, the master builder, immediately gets to work. It starts rearranging things. The other person might react in a way you never expected. An opportunity might arise that wasn't there before. The energy between you changes because you changed the instructions first. Reality isn't personal. It's mechanical. It responds to the design you provide. This brings us to the most important point. The goal is not to escape your cage, only to build a bigger, more comfortable one. Many people do this. They swap a job they hate for a slightly less suffocating one. They trade one predictable relationship for another one that follows the same hidden rules. This isn't freedom. This is just prison renovation. The true goal is to learn to live without walls, is to get so comfortable with the process of unchoosing your own limitations that you no longer need a structure to feel safe. It's about learning to respond to what is actually happening in your life right now, instead of reacting based on an old set of instructions you wrote for yourself when you were 10 years old. This is the beginning of true freedom. It's not a place you arrive at. There is no finish line where you get a certificate that says you are now free. It is a way you learn to move through the world. It's a dance. Instead of clinging to the walls for safety, you learn to trust your own feet on the dance floor of the present moment. You learn that you are capable of handling the unexpected. You learn that the wind and the rain you were once so afraid of are just weather. They come and they go. And you're still here, standing under the open sky, finally able to feel the sun on your face. You stop being the prisoner. You stop needing to be the architect of walls. You simply become the space through which life can move. If this video changed something in you, write in the comments, I am the architect. Write it as your promise. Nobody